Jeff from Two Hacks Garage. Well, this isn't a Ford. It's not a Pontiac. It's not Micah's LS. It's none of that. This is a Chrysler 5.2 liter 318 Magnum. It's in my buddy John. He's the guy that comes over and films stuff that looks really cool, not my $18 Walmart stand. He's got a nice slider. He's got a bunch of editing stuff, so he's going to start really helping out with that, especially when the channel starts growing a little bit more and we can do some really fun stuff. Yep. But he's got an older Jeep, 94 Jeep Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, and it's got a wore-out 318 in it. So over the weekend we yanked it out. This is going to be his first engine build. So what we're going to do is we are going to time-lapse the teardown on this. And before anybody starts making comments in there, he is replacing all the bolts in this with better ones. So when you see us not matching up the nuts to the the bolts to the rods and all that, it's because we're going to be reconditioning and reusing and getting all brand new stuff anyway. So with that, we are going to get jamming on this 318. How many miles does it have on it?
It's a little clapped out. It's got 215,000 miles on it.
215,000 glorious miles. I'm sure some of those have been off-road, a lot of winter miles. But you know what? It's time for an upgrade. He plans on nothing going crazy on this, kind of a daily type thing, having fun. But it's going to be neat to kind of get in here and see why some of the cylinders were dead-ish and really what it looks like. So you'll get to see a 90s Jeep 5.2 Magnum torn down, that's wore out, and see what's going on. So with that, guys, you've heard enough of me rambling. We got to get working on this Jeep. We're going to tear it down and have a whole lot of fun. Ready for this, John?
Let's get to it.
Later. Well, that's a wrap. We got it all torn down. Prior to John owning this, it's obvious that somebody didn't maintain it very well. But you know what? He's going to be replacing all the internals. I mean, as you saw, we did fight the lifters in here. Those were pretty, there was some rust in there. We did find some of the bearings were bad, but overall the cylinders aren't bad. The ridge on it's not terrible. There's no huge grooves, not really any bad pitting, but it'll get bored, it'll get decked. We'll get everything taken care of. But it did come apart pretty easy. As you can tell, it's got a lot of miles on it, but you know what? It's better to learn how to rebuild one, tear it down, all that stuff, and just go buying a reman. I enjoy doing this. It's fun.
Yeah.
But with that, I'm going to hand it off to John, let him talk about it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun tearing this down. Like Jeff said, had a few things that fought us. Overall, cylinders look good. They do have a little bit of the factory cross-hatching down at the bottom, but they're all going to get bored over. And we'll get her rebuilt and put back together, get her all cleaned up, and do some more time-lapse with that.
Yep.
Have fun with it. So
the thing, all we got left is cam bearings. Got to get my tool for that. A couple of the plugs in the back and front. But, you know, just like every other branded vehicle, we're going to, you know, in the cylinders, because they sand cast these, every burr in here, we're going to clean up all the burrs, clean out all the oil passages. Oven cleaner's your friend. It'll end up getting hot tank, but we're going to get this as clean as possible before it goes to the machine shop. And really helps out, you know, when you get them clean like that. There's a lot of stuff on here that needs to be cleaned, but we're going to get it all taken care of. With that, I'll see you tomorrow. I got a video coming out soon on taking my wife for the first drive in the Thunderbird. It's kind of fun. And, yeah, with that, we will see you tomorrow.
take it easy.